Friends, hello and welcome on techguruspeaks.com. Today I would like to describe about the installation process for Anaconda, which is a free and open source distribution of the Python programming language for scientific computing. The software that I will be trying to use here is the individual edition, and it is considered to be useful for developing data science and machine learning related applications. So let's begin with the installation process. First, we have to download the Anaconda installation file for Anaconda individual edition from the official website of Anaconda. So now we have to double click on the Anaconda file for starting the installation process, and that is why we have to double click on the Anaconda installation file to start installing it. Then you have to select a directory for installation, so that will be selected by default. During installation, you have to set the path environment variable. Basically, there will be a checkbox. If we check it, then it will be adding the path for Python in the path environment variable. Now, after the installation is finished, we have to test it by typing Python or IPython in the command prompt. Python is the interpreter that will be used for testing different Python command or instructions, and IPython is the interactive Python. And remember that the Spider ID and the Jupyter Notebook are important components of Anaconda. So let's begin with the installation process. So first, we have downloaded the Anaconda open source distribution for Python programming language. Now I will be double clicking on the software to begin with the installation. So press next, agree. So it is showing the path for you. I have already told that it is selected automatically. So now I will be selecting it. Now it is specifying the option like add Anaconda to my path environment variable. It should be checked so that you could be able to run Python or IPython from your command prompt. So then press install. It will be start installing the software. Anaconda is considered to be the world's most popular data science platform. Data science, machine learning, all the different types of operations that can be performed on different types of real life data and real world data can be performed in the Anaconda open source distribution. It is having two popular components like Spider IDE, which is very useful for Python program development. You can write the program, test it, and run it, and at the same time you can have the interactive Python, that is the IPython console within the Spider IDE. Apart from that, you have the Jupyter Notebook, that is equivalent to the IPython. I mean to say the IPython console. So that is also made available within this open source distribution for Python programming language. So there are three different editions of this particular software available, like individual edition, team edition, and enterprise edition. It is basically the individual edition because it is free distribution of Python for doing data science related activities, and it is ideal for solo practitioners, researchers, and students working on their own. Like, they can perform their research related activities by using this software. like you can experiment with your idea. And Anaconda is also called the birthplace of Python data science. So the software is basically responsible for movement of data scientists, data driven enterprises and open source communities. So it is basically supporting Python 3.x, that is the newest version of Python, because it is having two parallel versions running like Python 2 and Python 3. I would recommend you to use the Python 3 version. So this particular Anaconda is version of Anaconda is using Python 3.x. It is also having a set of libraries, so in that sense it will be considered to be a popular open source distribution for the Python programming language. In fact, it can provide support for TensorFlow also, that will be helpful for deep learning using artificial neural network. But for that thing to happen, you have to install it separately. It requires a separate installation. It also supports the R programming language. So not only Python. Now the installation is still going on. We have to wait for it. Whenever the installation will be finished, I will be testing whether Python and IPython commands are working properly or not. Basically, using this software, it becomes easier for any researcher or scientist to perform Python or R data science and machine learning on a single machine. Developed for solo practitioners, it is the toolkit that equips you to work with thousands of open source packages and libraries. It is also having the support for Conda packages, which are all cloud-based repository. It is having a rich library. Different Python packages like NumPy, SciPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, even the TensorFlow is also available. So you will be getting plenty of support for doing data science and machine learning related research work. So in that sense, it is ideal for solo practitioners to perform any kind of research related activities related to data science and machine learning. And this Anaconda individual edition is the world's most popular Python distribution platform with over 20 million users worldwide. So it's a huge number. You can trust the particular platform to get the Anaconda open source ecosystem, the platform of choice for Python data science, and it is freely downloadable from the website. I mean to say the official website of Anaconda. So it is the name of the open source distribution of Python and R programming language for doing scientific computing, and the name is basically Anaconda. It was previously known as Continuum Analytics. Now the name has been changed. It has now become Anaconda. So since Python is one of the most popular programming languages of the present IT industry, so one requires a powerful and rich library set for dealing with Python related operations for scientific computing. And as I have mentioned it before, like it's free and open source, so anybody can download it freely from the official website and can use it. The users don't have to pay anything. So we are at the end stage of the installation process. It is just about to finish. Whenever it will be finished, I will be testing whether it's working properly or not. So it's now testing some of the components that is part of the Anaconda free and open source distribution for Python programming language. So I have already mentioned that it has been added to the path, so that every time you will be calling Python and IPython, that will be made available to you always. So it's not testing the different components of the Anaconda open source distribution. It is completely written in Python, and the licensing is basically supported by the new BSD license. So it is showing that the installation has been completed. So I will press next. So I will skip it. So I'll finish it now. So the installation is finished. Now I'll be checking whether it's working properly or not. So I'll be writing here command prompt, that is CMD. So Python, it is an interpreter. So that is a command. So if I am writing here the print function for printing something, like print within double quotation mark hello. So it's working. So suppose we are writing here x equal to 10, print x. So it's working. Now I'll quit from here. So now I'll be trying to call IPython. So it is the interactive Python that supports the line by line execution. Another point is that by using the Python interpreter, you can directly translate a Python program. Say for example, I am having a Python program named test.py. I can run it by writing the command python space test.py. .py is the extension for Python program. So suppose we are writing here x equal to 10, and so if I write here x, it will be showing its value. Say y equal to 5, and so it is showing its value. So now we are writing z equal to x plus y. So if I am to print its value by mentioning its name, it will be get printed on the screen. It will be showing that the result of addition being performed. So I'll be quitting from here. So in that way, I'm quitting from this particular command prompt. Now I will show you. So different components are being installed here, like Jupyter Notebook. Now I am looking for Spider IDE. So it has been installed on Windows 10. Or you can write here spider also. So it's available now. Okay, so I am making a shortcut in the taskbar. So just closing it. So it has been installed. So now I am waiting for the software to be opened properly. I have clicked on it. So check whether the spider ID is working properly or not. So it is in initializing mode. It will take some time to initialize depending on the computer memory and process speed available in your system. So you can run a Python program here. At the same time, you can also perform command line execution, that is the line by line execution of Python commands or instructions. So that we'll see just now after the software has started. So it has been started. Say for example, I would like to writing something here. So cross. Say I am writing here x equal to, you can increase the font size also. So x equal to 10, y equal to 5, z equal to x plus y, print z. So now it is the console window. So now I'll be saving the program by the name temp.py by clicking this button. So I'll be running this program now. So execute in current console. So run it. So it is showing the output 15. So that is for the program execution. Like this is named temp.py, that is shown over here. Now in fact you can perform here line by line execution like this: x equal to 10, y equal to 5. That you can test it also. So instead of using print function, you can call it directly by mentioning its name. Now if I am writing here z equal to x plus y, so it will be performing the addition and the result is also shown over here. So that is the idea of using IPython console, and that is for line by line execution of the Python commands or instructions. So I hope that you have understood how to install the Anaconda free and open source distribution for Python programming language, and how to add the Python and IPython programs to the path environment variable, so that every time you are running the command prompt, so it will be made available to you. So now by using the Spider ID, I've been able to create a program that is having the .py extension. That is the extension for Python program. So I have run this program by using this button, and it will be showing the output in the console. Clear? So that was the output, and at the same time you will be able to run the Python commands or instruction by executing them in the IPython console. So that is the beauty of Python programming using the Anaconda environment, especially in the Spider ID, which is one of the components of the Anaconda. So I hope that you have with this particular guide or help, you will be able to install Anaconda software and will be able to write your Python program. So I think that this particular tutorial was helpful for you in order to understand this. So if you like this video, I'll be requesting you to subscribe to my YouTube channel that has been mentioned over here, and please visit my website techguruspeaks.com. You will get lot of useful information here, and my official email ID is also given for contact. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.